Hey everyone, Pat Mesiti here, and it's Monday. I trust you're all doing well. Before these lefties are unbelievable. These control freaks are absolutely unbelievable. Do you remember the days when you used to say things like, well, you can't control the weather? Well, apparently now the Royals, Albanese, the Teals, the Greens, the WBF actually I should say, the WEF, they've all banded together, including the Royals. And what gets me, the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and you got these numbnuts, and I've got to call them that, like Prince Charles, God help us, and his son as well, rather than celebrating 70 years of one great woman. What do these two guys do? They bring out the new mantra, just like Albanese has, the new mantra, just like the Greens and the Teals. What is it? What is it? They have become God. Listen, they have become God. They can now control the weather. Wait, even better. The future weather, which we won't see. And of course, the planet. They're going to control the planet. I vaguely remember a story in the Bible where God said that he controls it. Now, whether you're religious or not is irrelevant to me. But if you remember, there's a story, some people might say it's not true, of when God sent a flood. And he said that it would protect the earth and gave us a sign called the rainbow. But of course, now all the fear comes out. All the fear comes out. Now, during the weekend, someone sent me a video of the Pfizer guy who said about the 50% culling, and that was edited. And I wish people wouldn't do that sort of stuff. I wish I wouldn't do that. And I don't want to post it on here, by the way, either. But people like Gates, the Royals, Albo, all of them, use the big fear tactics of, guess what? We're overpopulated. And we all know that in the past, Gates and his mates have all been a part of this mantra of controlling the population. Well, let me give you some numbers. It wasn't until 1803 that we got the population to 1 billion. Then it took another 124 years to get us to our next billion. Currently, the world population is at 8 billion. Now, since 1973, Asia has grown to 4.6 billion, give or take a few numbers, okay? So don't quote me exactly on these. It's not until, I think, 2100 until we reach the 10 billion mark. So these people are trying to tell us that God in his wisdom created an earth that's limited in size, limited in space. And by the way, our goal is to control the population so that we're not overpopulated. And what we're going to do that is we're going to begin a system where we depopulate, listen to me very carefully, and we save insects. You got movements out there that are more interested in saving an insect than a human being. Are you kidding me? And Albanese, Gates, the Royals, all of this. This is the new one. This is the new one. We just went through 2 years of garbage. Now they're going to be using climate change and, of course, overpopulation. Let me say something. Humans have always survived and always will because we understand something, that we are not in control. And sadly, these government officials paid by power brokers end up injecting fear. And while I'm on it, in 2019, let's talk about some fraud here. 2019, 20,000 people voted fraudulently in this country. Where's the fines? Where's the fines? Why in our country is there no system of identification when you vote? Why? And how the heck does a prime minister get elected on 32% of a vote? I'll tell you how. Because it's the power brokers that elect. You and I have no rights. This has got to stop. This has got to stop. And I'm not crying the blues over Albo. Either way, we were in trouble. But where I am concerned is the overreach of the Greens. You got on the one hand Albanese saying, we want manufacturing back, and yet the Greens, they'll block it every way. Because of what? Climate change. Just remember it, folks. The weather. Remember, we couldn't control it. Whatever happened to Chris Flannery that said it wouldn't rain anymore? Have you been to Queensland lately? But no accountability. No accountability. And the problem lies, ladies and gentlemen, with us. See, if someone in your family or a loved one lied to you once or twice, you kind of get over it. But 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if they became liars consistently in your life, you wouldn't tolerate it. You'd have to reevaluate the relationship. And yet governments and politicians lie to us continually, and we allow it. Now, in this country, if you say anything and you protest, which is your right, we're going to rubber bullet you. We're going to drive you in the tanks. We're going to lock you out of a job. You see, our society in Australia, and I say this because I love our country, has learned to believe nothing. It's a society of nothing. We don't want zero emissions. We just want zero. Here's what people in this country are becoming. They stand for nothing. They really don't want to work. They just want handouts. They stand for nothing. They believe in nothing. Sadly, the modern day church thinks that the whole world is believing what we believe. Not really. I don't think so. We don't even register on the Richter scale. Now, our mega churches would think they are because they've got their big concerts every Sunday and think they're changing the world. Can I tell you something? The world's not going to change by sing-alongs. It's not. If it did, it would have happened a long time ago. And by the way, there were mega churches around way before the ones we've got now with more impact, greater impact than what we had, including ones that stopped slavery, literally stopped slavery based on injustice. So many. Dwight Moody, the great revivalist Finney. We don't have those anymore. We've got kumbaya meetings every Sunday with lights and sound and smoke machines. And as I said, what we have is a bunch of people out there right now who basically, the cafe latte set with lights and sound and not enough power in them to blow out a candle, sadly. And this is why the world's gone nuts. The world has gone crazy. We've got a society now in our world, in the Greens, the Teals, the Labor, the Royals, the Gateses. If they had it their way, we'd have Jurassic Park. Think about that. They're the kind of people that want to bring back Jurassic Park. There's a reason why the dinosaur is extinct and the mosquito's still around. Let me tell you what it is. It's called adaptability, plus a few other things. But they were able to adapt. And I believe this next wave, using the new mantra of climate change to protect our world, is the new one that's coming. You mark my words. You mark my words. Don't fall for these lies. Don't fall for it. And by the way, the world is overheating. Please, give me a break. Go and check your figures, facts, and stats out. It's not true. Now, sadly, what they've done is they've developed a message. And I've got to tell you, they use fear. And that should be something that all of us are tunely aware of. What's your message going to be? We can't be just a bunch of people that complain. We've got to proclaim and change what we say. And I've got a lot more to say about that over the next coming week and weeks. Our message has to be powerful, poignant, direct, and with some power behind it. Anyway, that's all I've got to say today. Appreciate your comments, folks. Thank you for your support, and you have a blessed life.